Hello everybody, and welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fixxitt. It's me, your boy Fixxitt, and happy Thanksgiving everybody. I know this is coming out like a week late, but that's the day that I'm starting this episode. You know, if you're not aware, the way I generally do episodes, I kind of record parts of different episodes at different times and then patch them together later in editing, like, because it prevents burnout, and I can't suggest to you enough, if anyone is, you know, sometimes gets burnt out of this great game Minecraft, to try something like that. So like, I'll work on these houses, then I'll go over and do something else, which may end up being an episode that's going to come out in 2 days, you know, and then maybe I'll come back, or maybe I'll go do something else for a few days and then come back, and it just helps to keep everything fresh and always cool, especially when you're in the same world for a long time, you know, because it can get under some people's skin. Some people don't really love that. I do, but I get that some people don't. So today we are working on this dock. Finally, it's finally time to work on the dock, because I want to start putting boats down fairly soon. And before I put boats down, I got to really figure out exactly how this dock is going to be. I have kind of a plan finally. It's taken a lot of image searching to come up with basically what I want to do here. But what I think I want to do a lower dock and then a wooden dock. So basically we're talking 2 more docks to this one dock area. And I think what that's going to do is that's just going to give it a cool kind of look. So I'm going to come down 2 blocks from the top, and I'm going to put another layer of stone dock right here. That's going to come out, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 blocks, like maybe something like this. And then I'll come down to like 1 or 2 blocks off water level, like about here probably, maybe here roughly. That'd be 3, maybe, yeah, probably there. And then I'll do wooden docks that are going to actually go out in the water, and that's where boats are going to pull up, right? So that's going to be the basic plan here today. Now, I'm probably not going to get to the wooden docks today. I'm probably just going to do the inner ring of stone docks, but I think having this is going to be a really nice way of sort of dressing up this with layers. You know, it's really important to have vertical layers. I've talked about this quite a lot on the channel. A lot of us always talk about having things layered from the inside to outside. Like, for example, here, if you look at this, there's like a trapdoor, then a slab, then a block, then a fence, then this, and all of this is still out one from this, right? So that's a bunch of layers going out. But one other thing that you can talk about is going vertical layers up, right? And I think that having this dock be something like this is going to be a really nice vertical layer. And then the other thing to remember is that this is probably going to have some sort of border that's going to come around here. So whenever you're talking about this only being 2 blocks down, it's actually going to be 3, because there's going to be kind of a railing sort of situation there, right? Now, before I get into that, though, before I even start that, I have a little bit of landscaping project that I need to do, and I've already started. I've taken out all the sand here. All the sand has gone away and become dirt, which is great, and I started doing some stuff. Really, where are you at? Okay, down here, huh? Okay, maybe I should go get my trident for this little underwater mission. It does work a lot better here. Okay. Gee whiz, man. And I started taking down this because I want this to be a lot deeper, so you could actually imagine boats going in here, like small boats, not giant sail vessels, but small boats, right? So that's gonna be the basic plan. Man, these freaking drowned are just relentless. They usually get killed when they're swimming. All right. So anyway, so that's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna take this down another like maybe level or 2 or so, and then get rid of all the sand, cover up all of this dirt here that you can see with I'm sorry, all the stone with dirt, and then we should be good to actually start working on this sort of inner dock area. And there's a little bit more of where I'm going to put the dock and where I'm not going to put the inner dock that we got to talk about, but I got to get taken care of this first. Okay, so let me do this, and then we'll come back on the other side and take a look. I think I've made a small alteration in plans. You know, I was looking at this and looking at this dock, and I think that I'm going to skip the double layered thing. I think it's a good idea. The problem is the curve of where the dock is a little tight to actually have like sort of 2 additional docks in there. I think it would eliminate the crescent of the curve. And that's no good. I want to see that shape, you know. I took pains to make this dock not straight, so I want to see the shape. So I came over here to my spruce chopping area here and chopped some spruce. Let me see how much I got. Probably, maybe enough. Probably not, though. And I just went, before I went back, I want to show you this area, because the reason why I always come over here by the iron farm, as we've discussed, no houses can be here because you can't use any villager stations or beds or anything here, or it'll mess up the iron farm. So what I did instead is we're going to make this into a custom forest, and I've decided that I want my custom forest to have a all brown ground. And it's not all going to be podzol. It's going to be podzol and coarse dirt and maybe like mushroom block and who knows, maybe some other browns, path block and all that kind of stuff. But I need a lot of podzol, so I'm just keep growing everywhere. I just keep growing these double high trees, and that's my tree chopping, and it's getting there. It's getting there. It's a long process, but it's almost nighttime. So let's take a little fly back to Dockside, right? Dockside, yeah, Dockside, and just take a look at it. Oh man, look at this. Let me get that UI out of the way. Look at this area. Oh my goodness, with the diagonal castle up there and the wall. Holy cow, this is like a proper kingdom now, right? I'm kind of getting Kingdoms of Greymane vibes kind of from the Jarcraft creative series, right? A little bit? Man, wow, this looks very, very, very cool. So let me get some sleep, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about the docks. Let's take a look over on here, and you see. Now, first, I did get rid of all the sand up till right there. I just kind of forgot to do the rest, but I got rid of most of the sand that goes at least around here, and I lowered a lot of this. Like this area right over here, I think, was it right here? Yeah, it's right by where the river goes in. This was pretty high, so I took actually that down enough where I think you could believe that a ship of medium to small size could pass through there without bottoming out. And I think we're good there. Now, the wooden docks that I built are going to stop here, so that way ships can hypothetically go in. I'm not talking I'm talking very small ships, like supply boats, like rowboats. They're just going to take the stuff over to maybe a nice unloading station. And speaking of that, I had an idea. I was in bed, almost asleep, and I was just thinking about this area. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I just lay around and I just think about this world. And I finally, remember this area over here? I was like, I don't know what to do about this. So I just brought the road to right here, and I kind of stopped it and like, I don't know what to do. I finally came up with it. This is going to be where the boats unload. Because if you look at the height, see where we are? We're like, what, maybe 8 blocks down? Look over here. We can go, whoop, right. It's right about the same. So what we could do is we could do a little tunnel that's going to go right into the water. Now that means we're going to have to do some real landscaping here, and what we might do is maybe take this little island thing down and make this all water, where there could be a nice little unloading station here. It could be really, really cool, and that'll be probably in the far future of life whenever we get a lot more done. The other thing I'm thinking about where to do the docks, because I don't know that I want to get into this area over here yet. I was kind of thinking about saving this for later, but I know that I'm going to want wooden docks around here. So maybe we're going to have to go ahead and do it. Like, we may have to actually bring the docks to about here, probably. Like, bring the wooden docks to about here. This is not a big deal, like, by any means, not at all, because I'm going to be using basically 3 different spruce woods to make these docks look all fancy and beat up and stuff like that. We'll be using might as well go ahead and make a bunch of this stuff here. Let's grab a crafting bench. If you're counting, that's 1 for the episode. I've made so many in those houses over there. So what we're going to be using is some different blocks. We'll be using, to go along here, we'll be using this. We'll be using that. We'll be using that and maybe that. Okay, that's going to be the docks, and just completely mixture of all these blocks. I think it'll be really cool and give a really nice look. Now, the other thing I want to think about is how high up to make the docks. Do I want to make them very low? I'm kind of thinking I do. I'm thinking that I might want to make them actually. It doesn't really matter where we start, I guess. I'm thinking maybe we make them here. Maybe we make them right here, and just come out like this. Can I place that even with water? Yeah, I can. Okay, that's going to be really convenient. So then if I wanted to, I could come back in here and do, this is going to be, oh, no, I don't need to. I could place from underneath to get that double slab. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that'll work fine. That'll work just fine. So, yeah, so what I'm thinking about doing is just coming along here and going maybe, 4 or 5 or 6 blocks out all the entire way around here. Look how much spruce I have. I definitely don't have enough. Definitely. But, yeah, we'll get to it. I think what I might do is just do all slabs the entire way and then come back in and add in some other blocks That probably makes the most sense. But yeah, it's going to be cool. That also does mean all this, like all blocks that are, you know, this high are going to have to go away so I can make this. So, oh, good. Another trident guy. Cool. Oh, yeah. What do you think of this, huh? Okay. Now, I made the right call. Okay, I made the right call. As I was doing it, I was thinking like, oh, is this smart? But yeah, it is. I like the shape of this. The whole shape is a really cool, organic sort of shape and doesn't look like a bunch of straight Minecraft lines. I think that's really cool as well. Now, I am probably going to have to expand these docks out a little bit because I'm thinking about all the stuff that I want to have on the docks, and it's quite a bit. I want to have some cranes and some huts, maybe even a house here or there, like a small house, you know, on the actual dock. So that means I'm going to have to do a bit of work here where I'm going to expand it, but I can always expand it later. Except for the fact that I want to have some supports that go down and hold the dock up. Not that I can't move them later, but that's going to be a bit of a pain. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about taking the... wow, I went through like all my spruce. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to add some interest to the actual stone part of the docks. And I think probably the best way to add some interest is just going to be with some logs going up. And what I think we'll end up doing is keeping them basically like... even with the side, like not out, not here, but here. And then what I'll do is, well, actually, I'll go up one more actually. And then what I'll do is I'll come in here with probably stone of some sort, probably not wood, but just for sake of talking about how we're going to do this, do something like this. That's going to actually come out. I think. Do you want it to be out or in? Something like this. I mean, you know, again, not wood, but, and then let's just do, because these logs are going to stay. So we'll do something along these lines. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I don't want to use fence. You know, I want to use something that's sturdier than fence. That's why I want to make it out of stone here, stone slabs of some sort. But you know, but have the wood go down there. I think this could be cool, and also this is gonna be a great place to have lighting, and it's gonna give this little bit of an overhang, which I think could end up being really, really cool here. Now the drag is I won't be able to hang anything because these are gonna be slabs, so I won't be able to hang like you know, a lantern or fence or anything like that on there. So I'd have to hang it off the post, but that could be okay too. I think it's interesting. I think it's going to be interesting, and I won't count blocks. I'll just put them like every so often, kind of randomly. Like, you know, what I'll probably do actually like exactly this, where I just sort of walk around to put down logs and then build up. I think it's going to bring in a lot of color and it's going to make a lot more interesting. Let me just do a couple here so we can take a look at it and see and just sort of verify that this is how we want to do this. Okay, I did two sort of odd audibles edits as I was going here. I've been watching a lot of football today, and here I think that instead of have it overhang, I think we're gonna put it even with this, so there's a little bit of a crack. I think that's kind of cool. And then what we can do is just every once in a while do that. Like every once in a while, just do a full block just so it's nice and random. I think that's gonna be really cool, and that's gonna open up some possibilities for how we want to build this up. I think maybe down here we might end up doing something like this with, like, I don't have a stair on me, but you know, something like that, maybe just to give this a little bit more girth, which again points out how narrow these docks actually are. They feel really wide, but they're going to fill up really fast. So something like that, maybe, who knows, maybe we'll do stairs or probably stairs, something that's going to give this a little bit of a base. I think even if we did like a wall, like maybe a cobblestone wall and then a fence, something like that, that's just going to make these look like they stand up. But that should be kind of cool. Let me show you from the top. I actually really like it from the top, not quite as much from the bottom, but I think it's a good starting point for how we want to kind of do this. And then understanding that there's going to be some stuff hanging here, so that's going to help make that look a little bit better. Also, I'm thinking about putting redstone lamps up on top with maybe daylight sensors so they turn on at night. That could be kind of cool too, and I kind of like using those as well. But yeah, this is the plan. Let's zoom over here and take a look back and see what we think. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be frank. It's not quite as good as I had hoped it would be. What's missing here, do I think? What do I think is missing? Let me grab a double slab there. Would I want to do something like this between, like, would we want to do something like this? I mean, what would that even be? I don't even know. Like, what would that be? That has no meaning there. Let me just sit here and stare at this and think for a second. Since the last clip, I have spent about an hour, well, maybe a little bit more than that, watching some mine hunters and just sitting here and just thinking. And I think I finally came up with what to do here. So here is going to be the plan. We're going to try this together and we'll see if it works. In my mind's eye, it works great. So first thing, I'm going to take down this railing, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make a an overhang first. That's going to go all along here. Then we'll just simply add in the supports later, which I think is going to be a nice way to sort of balance that out and put the supports where I really want them to be. So let's see. So let me try this. So what we'll do, I am going to need I'm going to need my stone cutter. Okay, I'll go get my stone cutter. Oh, I think I got it. I feel really good about this. Okay, so before we go any further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good spot, and we're going to drop down a support beam, which should be like right here, I think. Yeah, okay. And this is just going to be a tester, just so we can see. We'll do this probably from the bottom so we can see a little bit better, but let's see what this is like. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, this is going to be just fine. Maybe sometimes not have that. Maybe sometimes have it. I'm just trying to figure out which direction it sort of fits in better. We could do something like that. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, so there's going to be the support beams. We'll figure out where to put them, but they can just blend right in. That's going to go up into this area. I think this is going to be fantastic. It's just going to be great. So this is nice. Okay, so this is really good. So I am going to go around this entire back side here, well, actually the entire stone, with just this really random sort of, actually getting it to be random is a little harder than expected, because it's easy to fall into patterns when you do something like this, right? So I'm going to try my best to sort of get some non-pattern making things where it's just really random. Like look, all these lower ones are cobblestone. See what I mean about it's so easy to like fall into patterns doing that. That's a little better there. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work here, work on all these the whole way around here, and then probably come in and do the do the beams. In fact, actually, I'll be able to save some spruce if I just use like. What would I do? Like this much? How many? One? Oh, I have to. Yeah, I have to come up here. Okay, let's see. That's one. That's 1, 2. So this would be 3, 4. So it'd only be 4 actually, and then I can just dump some cobblestone, and then we'll do that. Because the reason is, then I'm still gonna have a railing up along here, and then maybe still a light sort of up above. So we'll probably go 2 up. I'll probably put a light here, and maybe do like trapdoors around the top, something like that. That's gonna give this a little bit of love. In fact, actually, if we do that, we could actually do that and save even more spruce, because it takes longer to get that than just to get cobblestone. But yeah, all right then. Okay, not too shabby. Let's get to work, Fix. I just finished chopping up some more wood yet again from my little spruce factory over there, and I just want to show you the fly-in view, because I already did this, and I thought, oh, I gotta go back and I gotta show my YouTube friends what this looks like, because it is just spectacular. It's just amazing. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So you can see that I have done a lot of work here, where I have really put in some major supports all over the place. I extended the docks for eventual ships that we're going to be getting to here. Well, I don't even know, at some point, you know, at someday, someday we'll be getting to this, and that'll be great. But yeah, you can start to get the feel, right? You can start to get the feel. Now, I'll tell you some things I don't like. All that sand. My cursor, all that sand right in there, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. I don't like it. Like when I look at the areas that I've already done with all dirt, it's a lot nicer. Now underneath the dock over there, I think I'm gonna probably end up taking that down just a block, so that way it's water like the whole way, because that grass and sand is not really working for me either, but yeah, you can start to get the feel of, okay, this is like a real dock, and there's going to be, we're going to have some ships. I purposely made this diagonal because I want to eventually try to build a diagonal ship up here. We'll see if I'm too scared. I'm going to try probably like right here, actually. We'll probably do a diagonal ship right here. We'll probably do a straight ship over there. That'll be a little easier. And a straight ship or two over there. So we'll have like 4 or 5 ships in harbor here. I think it could be really cool. But here, before I continue with the building of the pedestal pillar support things, let's take a look at the shape. Shape's nice, right? It's a nice shape, yeah. And it's not straight. It's not straight. I mean, yeah, I did a couple straight docks, but yeah, it's not straight. I think it's going to add just a lot. Just being organically shaped docks, I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. I really like it. So we have a lot of work to do yet, obviously, but man, what an upgrade this is bringing to the city. Hope you're enjoying watching it come along, clip after clip after clip. I feel bad that I can't do time lapses here, but my old computer, my otherwise known as my second computer, is it's not doing real great. It's chugging along a little bit as it was before, but it's chugging along a little bit worse. So I'm not really sure if I have time lapses on the Bedrock front in my future here or not. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, these, I'll tell you what, I could get a lot more done if it weren't for these drown freaking being up in my grill every second of trying to build this thing. But yeah, okay. A lot more work to do. I'm going to put down all the rest of the supports all the way around the dock, and you can see what a difference it makes. Like, you look down there and you can see that's being held up. Over there, just floating. Looks really weird. Looks really weird. All right, let's do some building, Fix. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The lights are on. The moon is out. It's a lovely night for a dockside stroll, and starting to feel like a beautiful place to be. So you can't see a lot of this down here at nighttime. Obviously, I haven't done a lot, but it looks really great. I'll show you this in the daytime. I just want to show all the lights just popped on with my daylights. I had to go to the nether, and I got completely lost in the nether, used a whole stack of rockets before I just happened on my portal again. So it was fortunate, but yeah. Yes. The docks are looking beautiful. They're looking beautiful. So let me show it to you at daytime, and then we'll hit the question or comment of the day and put a pin in this one. The comment or question of the day comes from Call Me Duper from episode 159. Man, this is looking amazing. Let's just appreciate the fact that this is all done on Bedrock Edition. You're a very creative builder. You keep going. You're doing great. Thanks, Call Me Duper. I really appreciate that. You know, the reason why I picked that comment of all comments to choose is I just, it's a funny thing, because before I really sort of dove into Bedrock and stuff like that, I didn't, I don't know, it's like, I thought, like, wow, they're not different at all. Like, the only thing that is noticeably different is probably, the situation with like replay mod and some of the texture pack things that Optifine gives you, the Bedrock doesn't give you, and redstone stuff, but I like none of those things are super duper important to me. So yeah, it's basically, it's just Minecraft, it's just Minecraft. But I really appreciate the comments. It's very kind words. Thank you so much. So let me show you this little place here, and I think it is turning out really nice. These docks, I think, are really cool. I might come in here with some spruce trapdoors just to give it that fourth texture of spruce still. I think. I'm not sure. So I didn't do it yet because, so as you know, spruce trapdoors, they're pretty expensive, given you only get 2 for 6 planks and all that stuff. So, I wanted to really make sure that that's what I wanted to do before I did it. But yeah, it's turning out pretty nicely, I think, indeed. I did, one of the things I did here is I went underneath there, and I did take out most of the sand there. It kind of ran out of dirt. But for the most part, I stripped out all that grass over there because it was really kind of killing the mood. And yeah, if you just walk around here, you could see, I think, boarding a boat to take you to faraway, distant, beautiful lands. Don't you think? I think so. Indeed. But that's going to wrap it up for me today. I know, kind of a long episode today. I am going to try to slightly increase the length of the episodes, if you're wondering, here coming up. So that possibly may mean that there is occasional other episodes of things sneak in, because that will allow me for a little bit more time. But I do want to go slightly longer and just sort of see how the performance goes compared to what has been going on here recently. So I'll try it and see how it goes. But yeah, we have a nice little dockside here. I really like it a lot. I really love how jagged it is, how it's like slabs and double slabs and full blocks, and yeah, I just think it looks really cool. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you all next episode. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.